Right. Was there new stuff? Yeah. Oh well, just probably another mission that I finished. I should just take a look around anyway, though. And is this the music I have set that's playing? Is that the one I found? It is. Okay. God, the music is so good.
Clive, was it?
Yeah? Hi? Who asked? Alright, let's go talk to our boy. Oh, it's so neat that now they're referring to him by name.
If you want to help, learn your letters.
Easy for him to say.
Alright.
Have you come for a tale?
Yeah, I'm hoping we got a level up for you, bud. What do we think? We got enough for a level up? Some shit went down. Oh!
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Alright, what's this? Purge of Eastpool, brutal attack on the Rosarian village of Eastpool in the year 873. Annabella Lesage, Holy Empress of Sunbreck, and Vicereine of Rosaria ordered that all bearers being harbored by the villagers be slaughtered along with those ducal loyalists who had given them shelter. In the ensuing massacre, Eastpool's population was effectively decimated and ultimately the village was abandoned. Cool! It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. Majority of the population was wiped out in the culling. Yeah. Now the village lies abandoned and in ruins. Neato. Those who maintain allegiance to the late Archduke Elwin and work for the revival of the fallen Duchy of Rosaria. After Rosaria was incorporated into the Empire, most swore loyalty to their new vicereine, the Empress Annabella. Am I saying that right? Vicereine? Vice. R-A-I-N-E.
Vicereine.
Vicereine. Even more converting after they saw how those who refused to change their allegiances were persecuted. Persecution was to only grow, culminating in the burning of Eastpool by Imperial troops on the pretext that their reluctance to surrender Rosalith's bearers to the constabulary proved their disloyalty to the Holy Throne. The term had a different meaning by the time. In the time before Imperial occupation, Rosario was founded by the union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. Oh. I don't know that was 100% clear until now, but I think it was kind of implied. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority and the separatists who pushed for a return to an autonomy. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that political strife was there. Okie dokie, Phoenix Gate. Night of Flames, Castle's invasion by Samberquois saboteurs in the battle between the two icons of fire that arose in its wake. The earth is still riddled with fissures and tears, testament to the ferocity of the fight that unfolded here. The gate itself was buried beneath piles of soot-stained rubble, and with it Rosaria's pride, falling as the duchy did to the Empire not long afterward. The remains of the fortress destroyed. Ancient ruins lie beneath and are reached by means of an underground pathway. Prior to Rosaria becoming an imperial province, the gate was of great importance to the people of the duchy, being the site of the rite of ancestral communion, the apoditary. Ancient mural, a wall painting found in the depths of the apoditary under Phoenix Gate. Who created it and for what purpose is unknown, but the celestial being in the center suggests some connection to a long-lost religion. Kopka's awakening as the dominant of the Icon Titan thrust him in the forefront of Dalmakian politics, winning influence over both the Republic's armies and his policymaking, as well as a personal fortune. His greatest treasure, however, was always Benedicta Harmon. So when a servant of Walud informed him that his love had been slain by Cid. His fury toward the outlaw and his allies knew no bounds. Okay. Those are the hot topics. I just did a stretch. Calm down. I'm going to try not to. It's not because I'm tired. I'm just running out of breath from reading. Sorry, hold on. Just grab all of the air. Push it inside. That way, hopefully, I stop yawning. My nose is a little plugged. This is part of the problem. Okay, let's see. What's new about Clive? Copy and text the TTS lady to do it for you. From a screen capture of a PS5? Excuse me? You want to type all this shit into the TTS? Be my fucking guest. Let's see. Okay, we've read that one before. Join forces, Sect hunt down after being drawn into fierce battle with Benedicta Donagruda. Power of the mysterious icon Ifrit awakens within him. He discovers that the dominant fire he has long been searching for. The one who killed his brother was none other but himself. Imperial Baron introduces his childhood friend Jill journey through the homeland of Rosaria to learn the truth of the events that shape their histories. Their path takes them through the village of Eastpool, where they meet with Hannah Murdoch, wife of the late Lord Commander. She presents Clive with a set of clothes that once belonged to his father. Alright, who else is new in here? Martha. Landlady of the Gold Disables, Tavern, Heart of Martha's Rest, friend of Sid's cause. Keeping the hideaway supplied with both victuals and information on developments in Western Storm. A second string to her business that she strives to keep a secret from the Imperial authorities. Bernarda Carpenter resides, speed and skill together the surrounding marsh waters. The Deleterious? What the fuck is that? Hold on. Deleterious. No way. Deleterious. Causing harm or damage. Effects on the planks and piles of villages, many bridges. Keep service in high demand. Annabella. Oh, look, the flag changes. Look at that. In the top right corner, the flag changes to Sanbrec's flag. The Sanbrequois flag. Blah, 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 blah. Ever her purpose in life to preserve her Phoenix parent bloodline for her Okay. Former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sanbrec. It was ever her purpose in life to might enter the league with the Force. She judged the mighty, and now she rules over Rosaria as vicereine of the Imperial Province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Elwin's day. Yeah, because she's terrible. Hidden Truths. Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army, ranked only by his firm friend Archduke Elwin. Clive manifested an effort during the attack on Phoenix Gate. Murdoch lost his life to the Infernal Icon slaves. Okay. Hannah. Even after her husband's death, she gladly welcomes Clive and children home, going so far as to gift Clive a set of clothes that once belonged to his father. Remind her happy times that she would rather lived on than moldered in a closet, because she's a nice lady. Was wife of Rodney Murdoch. Married, she resided and remained there even after her husband's death. The last of her time was also to be cut short at the hands of the villainous servants of Empress Annabella. Okay, next chunk. The lands comprising the western reaches of the Continent of Storm, Imperial Province after its annexation, 861, Annabella Lesage, now Empress of Sanbrec, was granted stewardship of her former home and the title of vicereine, a role she embraced with sadistic relish, enacting a regime of crippling taxation and constant surveillance along with renewed persecution of the bearer population. Because she's awful. Well-armed Samberquois garrison has been stationed here since 860 when the duchy was annexed by the Empire following the tragedy at Phoenix Gate and subsequent invasion by the Iron Crusade. Okay. The Apothecary. Place of worship located in the depths of the Phoenix Gate, an ancient stronghold on the northwestern border of the former Duchy of Rosaria. Large mural dominates this sacred chamber, where the rite of ancestral communion, a ceremony carried out by the duchy's dominant prior to marching into battle, was once performed. Okay. Rocky Tor, overlooking the swampy lowlands, is southeastern Rosaria. Sellswords gather in its barracks, hawkers in its streets, while those short on work can be heard singing over flagons of ale from morning until night in the village's eponymous tavern. While the former duchy may want for cheer since being annexed by the Empire, the rest is a rare spot of sunshine among the gloom, and most travelers make a point of stopping over when they're passing through. Church of Humble Stone buildings perched above Sorrowwise Bay in the imperial province of Rosaria's southeastern lowlands. The abbey was built in order to propagate the Gregorian faith after the Duchy of Rosaria was made part of the Holy Empire of Sambrec, and as such, is one of the rare examples of imperial architecture in the region. That is interesting, because I was honestly a little bit curious about that. They built that after the occupation. Huh. The territorialization of Rosaria. Ironblood launched an attack that inflicted devastating losses on an already crippled nation, robbing it of what little power remained. Later that same year, Sambrec stepped in and forced the once proud duchy to submit to one final humiliation by becoming a vassal state of the empire, just as Duchess Annabella and her imperial conspirators had planned. Oh. Three Reeds, area of marshland, eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria, just south of Martha's Rest. Numerous shacks and hovels dotted about the swamps. Suggests the area was once at least sparsely populated, however now mostly broken and abandoned, their owners having fled for more habitable climes once the waters began to rise. Oh boy. Great city Orflav, political power empire technically resides with the 5 cardinals, but even they are bound to the whims of the Holy Emperor, in those manners of state in which he takes interest. In the year 860, at Emperor Sylvester's behest, the cardinals agreed upon a plan to liberate Rosaria from the marauding forces of the Iron Kingdom, after which the duchy had little choice but to bend the knee and become an imperial province. Yeah, they felt they're so liberated. The Vice-Regency. After the incorporation of Rosaria into the Empire, Emperor Sylvester elected not to rule the new province directly, but to make it a vice-regency with Roslith as its provincial capital. Okay, we got a bit for the Dalmekian. Initially formed Federation of 5 smaller states, it is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm and has its capital at Rondella. Also home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang, inside which stands Castle Dazbog. Wait, he has a castle inside of the Mother Crystal? Home of Hugo Kupka, Dominant of Titan and Warden of Earth. Oh, shit. Castle built within the dome-like mountain that contains Drake's Fang. It is the primary residence of Hugo Kupka, Dominant of Titan, and is lavishly appointed to suit his extravagant tastes. Okay. Okay, that's it for that chunk. The price bearers and dominants pay for channeling aether through their bodies, the gradual petrification of their flesh. It does not affect those who use a crystal to cast magics. Beginning with a stiffness and ache in the extremities, as the curse progresses, limbs are rendered immobile and the pain unbearable. At last, the victims turn completely to stone and their body crumbles into dust. There is no known cure. Cool! Powers do not begin to approach those of the almighty dominants. They too suffer from the crystal's curse, gradually turning into stone over a lifetime of channeling aether for others. Fuck, dude. Most follow their orders, turning steadily to stone with each draw on the Aether. To lose one's life to the curse being lauded as a hero's death. My God. Echoes. Strange clockwork constructs often encountered in fallen ruins. The question of whether or not they are truly alive is open to debate, as they do not appear to require water, nor do they feed on the flesh of their victims as beasts do, and seemingly exist solely to protect their habitat from intruders. All echoes are encased in protective plating that is made from the same material as the ruins and thus cannot be destroyed, though repeated blows will cause individual plates to dislodge, eventually causing the entire construct to collapse on itself. So we beat it not by actually damaging it, but by just sort of brutally bashing it into pieces. Ultima's thralls, twisted, glowing blue creatures that awaited Clive and Jill deep within Phoenix Gate to try and prevent them from gaining the innermost recesses of the apothecary. Ultima's thralls. So we're going the Ultima route, huh? It wasn't obvious to me that that was Ultima. Just at a glance. But it does make sense. It does make sense. Megalocrabs. Habitat of waters, both fresh and brackish, these goodly crustaceans spend most of their time buried in the mud, where they warm their sanguine humors as they wait for a potential meal to wander by. Since the time of the founder, the peoples of Rosaria have hunted megalocrab for its sweet, succulent flesh and creamy tamale. The species having long been known amongst the small folk as fire crab. Small folk? For the bright red color and phoenix-like patterns which emerge on the shells after boiling. Small folk? Found mostly in and around lakes and rivers of Sandbreck and Rosaria, these deadly predators are equipped with scissor-like pincers with which to dismember and eviscerate their prey. If that were not enough, the creatures take in water from their habitat to create highly corrosive juices in their bellies, which they then spit out onto their victim's flesh to soften it, making it easier to consume. That's fucked up. I don't like knowing the more intimate anatomy about some of these creatures. Large herbivorous creature found mainly on Storm. It has distinctive elaborate antlers and long... would that be sinuous? Sinuous limbs? Which it uses to leap gracefully into the air. It attacks mainly with its antlers and rear legs, but many hunters are prepared to face such dangers nonetheless in order to acquire the lustrous, supple pelts for which these noble beasts are famed. I think they're just using small folk for villagers, not actual small people. Oh, so there's no, like, dwarves and shit. Interesting. Found at grace primarily in the Emerald Meadows of Rosaria or the windswept savannas of Dalmekia. Bighorns are easily recognized by the eponymous growths, the length of which can oft exceed several score hands, that just sit sidewise from their crowns. Oh. That jut sidewise from their crowns. These horns, as well as their hard-wearing hides, are prized throughout Valisthea. Can be bought and sold at marketplace all over the realm. Caution, however, is recommended when hunting the creatures, as they are highly territorial and will charge relentlessly at anything that might stray into their line of sight. Adamantis. Enormous creatures with nigh impermeable and oddly fertile shells that play host to diverse flora, they're missing an E there, that provide the painfully conspicuous reptiles with much needed camouflage in the bogs and fens they call their homes. At a glance, these lumbering giants may not appear much of a threat, but at the first sign of danger, they will retract their heads and limbs and whip themselves into frenetic spins that have been known to flatten entire homes. Bombs, floating masses of self-contained flame found across both Storm and Ash. These creatures lack the flesh width which we associate with typical fauna, leading scholars of the natural world to posit that they are not descended of any beast, but rather ungodly creatures of the fallen. Oh, by suppressing their internal furnaces, bombs can allow their bodies to cool and harden until appearing not more than simple stones unworthy of remark. It is in this form that they hunt their prey, waiting until an unfortunate soul has stumbled upon their place of rest before rising from the ground to spew forth fiery gouts of death. Oddly, should the prey fight back, the bomb will not flee, but rather combust spontaneously, sacrificing its own life to save the flock. Iron Giants' oversized suits of armor animated by lost fallen magics, deceptively swift despite their size. They wield both sword and shield skillfully and effectively, while the otherworldly plate which surrounds their vulnerable cores provide them with a nigh impenetrable defense. Hello, Fuzzy. I've just been getting caught up on the lore.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Not even menus, just lore. I was just reading the book. I was just reading the lore stuff.
I heard Otto.
Just checking around town. There's new blippity blorps in here, probably in the arcade mode. Yep. There, we can do that one now. Oops. There's probably the new one for the stage replay. I don't need to click it again. It's fine. Hey, what's up?
Clive! You're alright!
Yeah.
I thought you might be... Ah!
Oh, okay. What, dead?
Yes?
Hi.
What? Go on then.
What do you have? You have... Okay. Doing alright, actually. I'll buy one of these. Oh, one.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I'll just buy one of those. Okay.
Finished, are you?
I don't have anything to sell. We'll see if there's any upgrades.
Well, what's that for you, dear?
That's crafts. I don't know if I'll need more meteorites, but I really want to upgrade these to the max level. Just because. I just picked up your amiibos that you pre-ordered. Forgot. Wait, they're still making amiibos? Or are these older ones?
And
You said pre-order though, so my guess is that means they're new. They're still making amiibos? I wasn't. They don't advertise it very well. I'll say that. I think they just expect everybody to know that amiibos are a thing.
You tell Sid what you told me. We can hammer out the details once that's done.
Okay.
What happened? Is everything all right? No.
Don't mind me.
Up the stairs, so we're going up the stairs, stairsy stairs. Going this way after we went up the stairs. Oh, hey, Jill, what's up?
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
Oh, we're walking through the door, obviously. Hi, Sid.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
My man.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
Ooh.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital.
Fuck yeah.
Pay a visit to Mother.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Oh, look how pretty it looks. Oh my gosh. Wow. Council of Elders, White Worm Lair.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we'll be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men.
I won't make the same joke
Sanbreque is
twice.
naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
Why not? Why can't he mean that?
Exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
It is time we expanded our dominion.
Wow.
This is the will of great Grieger.
Oh my god, they're hitting with me with it for a third time. Damn.
Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
I don't even know if it's so much of an excuse as it is. I mean, he's kind of weirdly not wrong that if like they've placed all of their faith in this higher power, then they have to do something in order to protect
Where is my
themselves.
son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
Like, obviously, it's... I just think that they all believe it. I don't think it's an excuse or a lie or anything. I just think they all genuinely believe that, you know...
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today.
Oh, good. Not today. Good.
We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals, we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
The mother crystals.
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
Yeah.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
Uh-huh.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size.
Okay, sure.
As to where it's all going, mind? Well, I can't know everything, can I?
Mother crystals equal
We
big
are
suck
told that the mother
equal
crystals are divine.
blight.
Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
True.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The people in charge. The people in charge.
The higher-ups. The gods themselves.
Oh, the people in charge.
So now you want to do something about the crystals?
Fuck yeah, let's break them.
And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch.
Yeah, petrified as well, mind you.
Not if
Let's
we
not
want to
forget
create
that.
a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one,
Burn it down. Burn it down.
what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
Let's fucking go, dude.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Green quests.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
Oh, I can't wait to find out. Oh, I can't wait to find out.
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit.
Okay.
I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Okay. Makes me nervous that we're leaving, by the way, after probably leading enemies here, but I'm sure that'll go about as poorly as I imagine it's going to, one way or the other, so can't really sweat the small stuff.
Just taking a quick breather, ain't I?
You're fine.
Wanted to send a message.
Excuse me, Green Quest?
Letter. No. Oh, please, no.
What happened? Glenn Courier.
Lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
Fucking rip.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things.
It's the only
If I
thing he
can't do
does.
my job right, then what am I good for?
It's a good question.
Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Oh no.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
I'll help.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Eyes
Sure
itchy,
he
not a good
doesn't.
sign. Might be sneezing in my future. You don't love to see that.
The letter won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
Alright.
I heard Otto barking it.
Oh.
He's never this late. I can't help but fear the worst.
Postmaster, what's up?
Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned.
Okay.
You know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
It's not good.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless.
They are when I'm filling them.
You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then I ask a favour of you. I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
Okay.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lost Wing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'll speak to him.
That's a
Safe
pretty
travels,
direct.
my friend. And thank you again. Randall went off to Lost Wing on a job. Portering, I believe. I expect the tavern keeper will know more.
Okay. I put that there? What is that? Oh, I did. Huh. Well, didn't know I could do that, but now I do.
Clive, was it?
Okay. Map is this button. All right. Then let's head here first. That's a lot of dots.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open.
There's a sack. Okay.
Good. Looks like I'm in the right area.
And a sack.
More of the lost supplies. I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. I've come this far. Might as well ask around.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised. Hello.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
Don't judge me.
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. And I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do.
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper.
I have experience
No
with
idea
dogs.
if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
I'm surprised that there's a Tekken, that they're going to do an amiibo of the Tekken character that's in Smash, because that feels like it's outside of the IP collaborative licensing agreement that they probably would have come up with, but I mean, if they can, they might as well.
I'll have you know, manning the village entry is no small task. There's plenty of unsavoury sorts in these parts looking to get their thieving claws into what's ours.
Actually, you know what? Same reason for
It's looking to
Sora
be
as
a
well,
fine
honestly. Because Disney doesn't, Nintendo doesn't have any stake in Kingdom Hearts at all. It's all Square Enix and Disney. So it's kind of surprising that they're making a Sora one as well.
I call you. Did Master The shad's all salted and smelled.
Hello, doggy. Can I have that instead of you?
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. He's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our courier out of trouble.
A whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
Down?
Sun's setting fast. They'll all be back from the vineyard soon.
So it took a tilt between the Wardens of Light and Dark to finally drive the Royalists from our shores. Pity it came at such a price. They say the fields of Belenus were black a full fortnight with all the ravens.
Holy shit.
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
He's not young, man.
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do.
Sora is not Disney's
Though,
character.
Thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here.
Did
on
I
Robert's
mention Disney
Pass.
when I was talking about it?
I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
I didn't mean to. I just meant, well, I think when I said Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is a collaboration between Disney and Square Enix, but Sora individually, when they added Sora to Smash, I bet Nintendo only had to work with Square Enix.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
Well, what's Sora's Smash attack? Does it have Disney
There haven't
characters
been
in
any
it?
surprises since your last visit, but we all know how fast that can change.
What can I interest you in today?
Well, it depends, right? Because, like I said, Disney doesn't actually have any ownership over just the character of Sora. If it was just the character of Sora and just the Keyblade, actually the Keyblade might be pushing it, because depending on what Keyblade design they go with, the default one has a little Mickey Mouse head on the bottom of the chain, right? I think. So but I don't think that, generally speaking, Disney has any control over how Square Enix uses Sora. But I think if the default Keyblade design is there, that might be where it kind of pushes things over the territory a little bit. It's a little bit of a gray area to me as well, of like fucking 40,000. Whoa, what's this? Gradually fills the limit break gauge for 30 seconds. Ooh. For 500, I'll take one.
I hope it's to your liking.
Yeah, the Keyblade probably makes it
always
tricky.
welcome
And like
here
I
in
said,
Lost
if any of his attacks incorporate any Disney elements or themes for Smash Brothers, then that could be a problem as well. Like, if Square Enix wanted to... Oh, and Mickey showed up in the trailer. Yeah. If Square Enix wanted to, they could separate Sora pretty effectively from any ties to Disney and have just licensed it themselves. Probably. Because Disney didn't have a hand in the creation of Sora at all. Yeah, the symbol. I know what you mean. But all that being said, and all else being equal, it's probably safer for them to cover their bases on that one than not, and just be like, let's make sure. But my guess would be, my take on that would be, even if Disney was consulted in Sora's inclusion in Smash, I don't think there was any licensing deal that was put into place in order to include Sora in Smash directly between Nintendo and Disney. If anything, because it's Square Enix's character primarily, and Disney is more of a co-owner than a co-creator, my theory would be that they probably just had to get Disney's okay, but then actually like pay Square Enix and negotiate the license. Disney owns Sora? Do they really? They didn't make it though. I'm pretty sure that all of the original character designs in OG Kingdom Hearts, I could have sworn that was all Nomura. Really? He's created and designed by Tetsuya Nomura, so initially designed. I'm not 100% sure where you're seeing that they own the character design, because it wasn't made by them. So I don't 100% know how Disney would own something they didn't make. It could have been sold to them, but I'm not finding any evidence of that. At least not on Wikipedia. At a quick glance, there are fucking 152 sources cited for this article, though, so I don't know that I have time to get into all that bullshit. But if you want to link what you found that says that Disney owns the character, I would take a read through it, but I would not be confident in saying that that is true. All right, let's help this dude out.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Oh no.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
If you can move.
Goblins.
What up, fuckers?
I'm not surprised.
Oh, forgot which button was dodge. There it is. Oh, okay.
Not this time. Wake wins.
I forgot I changed my moves.
You know what to do, boy.
Okay, so yeah, this says a lot of a lot of confusing garbage. That doesn't actually answer the fucking question. This is kind of an annoying thing to read. Like, they say a couple of times that Disney owns all of Kingdom Hearts, and that Square Enix is just the sort of developer and the thing that, you know, creates it and brings it to life, which makes sense. But then it says other things that are confusing to that point, like the series is a partnership between the two companies where Square is given access to Disney's IP to develop further titles. And then say the waters could still seem a little muddy. Disney ultimately gets the final word. The partnership between the companies means that Square Enix gets a say. It's like, I don't know that it doesn't sound like it is split down the line of Disney gives access to the stuff that they already had and everything new is owned by Square. It doesn't sound like there's a line delineating the two. And it sounds like basically the new stuff that Square Enix made for Kingdom Hearts, Disney does own. But this article is written very poorly and uses a lot of words to say something that could be very simply explained. Yeah, but again, like when you're talking about intellectual property, it doesn't matter who has say on what. That's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about if I personally wanted to use Sora for some commercial purpose, who do I have to go to negotiate a license? Do I go to Square Enix to negotiate the license, or do I go to Disney to negotiate the license? Well, it sounds like you go to both, which is, again, not really making it clear if one entity or the other entity actually fully owns the intellectual property, which was kind of like my point, is that I don't know how it could be one or the other. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, maybe it's a little bit of both. It is a very fucking weird. Oh no. He's ripping pepperonis, huh? It is a very weird scenario to even have to deal with.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
But yeah, no, I don't know. My read on the situation is that, like, when it comes down to individual characters or anything like that, I don't know that it's broken up. Disney probably does actually own all of the intellectual property, like in whatever agreement they came up with Square Enix. My read of it, my guess would be that Disney does actually own everything. That Square Enix basically, in gaining access to their licensed content, their own intellectual property, in order to make the collaboration work, basically said this will also become your IP when it comes to all of the new stuff that they created for the games. So with that sort of being the understanding, it makes sense why they both have to get involved in discussions surrounding even the original freshly made by Square Enix stuff.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the South Gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you've known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either.
It does suck.
For your trouble.
It does suck and is very sad. Okay.
Sorry again. You'll let me tell Sid what happened, won't you?
Sure. By all means. Let us head back. Yeah, I do know that, but I personally believe that that was a strategic choice by Square Enix to try to more or less make it be a Disney game made by Square Enix instead of a half Final Fantasy spin-off
Didn't sound happy.
with Disney characters in it made by Square Enix. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was a choice. That's a choice that they're making at this point. Because I don't know that they want to be associated with Nomura's bullshit anymore. I think they're just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's what he wants to make, and we'll let him make it because there's a section of people out there that are still interested in it, but I don't know that they want it nearly as tied to their flagship special baby Final Fantasy as it used to be. You know what I mean? Actually, was it Jay Hitt and I that were talking about this recently? I was talking about this recently with somebody about the lack of Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts, and there was something about it. There was something specific about it. Like they had actually more or less like talked about why. And take that. I'm just like trying to remember like a fragmented memory of a conversation that maybe did or didn't happen that way. So take that for what it's worth. But there might actually be information out there about why there's basically no Final Fantasy characters in 3.
There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
Sid has a daughter?
A daughter.
Well, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
What? I have questions.
Sid may be the hardest man I know, but when it comes to his daughter, he's soft as Chocobo down. You'll be champing at the bit to get this letter.
I have questions.
The reports from Eastpool are disturbing. We knew the Vicereine had no love for her subjects, but to order the slaughter of an entire village.
Clive, was it?
This is really well.
Good day. Or...
Oh!
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Ooh. The Continental Accord, an international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. Gil. Yes? Yes? Of course? Duh. 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 What do you mean, are you? Duh. Who do I look like? It formed the basis of much of Valisthaean society as it stands today, including the branding of bears as their status as non-persons. It also put in place the universal calendar, making a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zemechis. Check it too often? What do you mean too often? I don't check it for every single update. What do you mean too often? Zemicus, sins of Zemicus. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows, and so they lived for decades. Hold on, let me run that back. The few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows, so they lived for decades. Okay. What does that mean? One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris. But as his estate grew and one building became 2 and 2 3, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it. And though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the founder, Moss the Chronicler.
You wish to study the tomes?
We got a Sid update. A shocking truth? Hilarious. Oh, this is just from the story cutscene, though. In his quest to create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms, he unearths the shocking truth that the Mother Crystals were the cause of the all-consuming blight. He makes plans to see the Mother's fall, that Valisthea and her people might be saved. Let's go. Though the people of Valisthea rely on the crystal mined from these mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the aether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessing, Sid posits that it is in fact the Mother Crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. Yeah, makes sense. Nation occupying... Wait, we got another one of these? The empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh, according to the Gregorian faith. Wait, what? The one true goddess made flesh in an emperor and not an empress? Who is served unquestioningly by the sworn knights of the blessed dragon known more commonly as the Dragoons. Mother Crystal, situated on the Sea of Grace in northern Senbrek, the Drake's Head towers over the holy capital of Oriflamme, its mighty form a testament to the power and permanence of the Empire. However, mysterious aether floods and the specter of the ever-encroaching blight have led some in power to call that permanence into question. Ooh. Sylvester Lesage. One is thrown at least partly by virtue of his son Dion having awakened as the dominant of Bahamut. Wait, really? Interesting. First and foremost, the 5 cardinals who make up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Emperor and in the imperial government. It is his role to lead the council in in governing Senbrek in the Emperor's stead, and providing the latter does not overrule his decisions. Authority is absolute. Oriflamme dominates Oilifaced Bay, home to the Mother Crystal known as Drake's Head. All the Emperor's major institutions are located here, including the White Worm Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor, and meeting place of the Cardinals. Towering citadel from which the Holy Emperor of Senbrek rules over the entirety of his demesnes. The Mother Crystal rising above it and the imperial capital of Oriflamme spread out below, this ivory edifice is truly a wonder to behold. They made that shit out of ivory? Bro. and to serve as a constitutional monarch, but there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing a more autocratic role. Breadbasket, region overlooking the Strait of Otha in the eastern part of Sandbreck. The bounty provided by its rich soil fed the empire for generations until the ever-encroaching blight intervened, displacing thousands in the process. A disturbance which played no small part in the troubles that were later to engulf the imperial capital. Yeah, they are in. Oh, this one's good. The Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny isles of Ark, from which its mother crystal, Drake's Tail, rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military. And it was only through the recent convening of a council of all nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability among centuries-old rivals achieved. See, there you go. There's another one. The narrow channel to the north of the Crystalline Dominion that separates the continents of Storm and Ash, with Sandbreck to the west, Waloed to the east, and the Dominion to the south. Its shores are never short of soldiers or political tension. The Gregorian Church. State religion of the Holy Empire of Sandbreck, whose followers worship the goddess Gregor as the one true deity. At the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals, and supposedly their equal, though this is widely recognized to be a convenient fiction. The followers of Gregor worship dragons as sacred servants of their goddess, and since the founding days of the empire have both doted and depended upon them. Sheesh. Yeah. Wait. Odin took the field against them. Yeah. Okay.
You are always welcome.
So that actually answered a question that I have had, which is that this is the strait. So this is the Crystalline Dominion, and this is the Drake's Tail crystal. But they don't end up with a dominant, huh? That's interesting. They're right next to it. That's quite strange. Starting to wonder if this hole in the ground might have used to have been a mother crystal as well, because the positioning of the Dhalmekian capital doesn't make sense if it wasn't. Everywhere else is like decently close proximity, if not like fucking damn near touching one of these mother crystals, except the Dhalmekian capital. And it would kind of make sense and be about as far away from this one as Rosalith is, if there was one in this big ass hole, but I guess we'll see. This one being so far away just doesn't really. They talk about the ground being like rich and full of ether in the vicinity of the mother crystals.
Do you need any help?
So how did the Dhalmekian Republic form so far away from any mother crystals? Right?
Earlier.
I see I'm busy here. What do you want?
Oh, what's that you got there? Oh, we take our Stormcry and turn it into... Oh, wait, that's crafted, though. Hold on. Maybe we could still do an upgrade, right? Oh no. We have to do the... Alright. Are there new ones of these that I don't? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's just make this.
Should last you a good while.
Equip. No reinforce option for it. God, I really... For 4 total meteorite and I have 5 left, I could just upgrade those and be done with it. I know I'm not going to use them, but... I'll wait a little bit longer. So, we made a new sword. Does it look cool? Yeah, it even matches the color palette that we have going on. Pretty cool. Alright, story quest.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this
The
time?
northern one?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot having... On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
I think probably murdering people. If I had to take a stab at it, I think it's probably going to be murdering people.
Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing, and it ain't as borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
She said boar bile tea. I kind of want to barf. That sounds absolutely revolting.
Take a seat, Clive.
Oh, so you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but... Who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute. The Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman. Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Oh. I don't know what that means. Yeah, quest log? Alliant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gott at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports compiled by the Cursebreakers contain information on quests currently available across Valisthea. Oh.
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
The dame goes by many titles, including some that would make you blush. But only a trusted few know her real name.
Okay.
Don't worry about finding her. As long as you've got that satchel, she'll find you.
Spooky.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you? Goat at your service. Well, at the hideaway service anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the curse breakers. Or any other willing volunteers.
That's me, I'm the other.
And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go.
It does happen like that.
Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word.
Let's see.
Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all.
Okay.
Me?
I do what Otto tells me. Suppose you could say I'm his right-hand man. He's a hard master, but not nearly as hard as my old one was. When that man beat me bloody and threw me out onto the streets to die, it was Otto who found me and took me in.
The way I see it.
I owe him, and so I help him look after the ledgers as well as reading through all the reports coming in from my allies across the Twins. And if it sounds like someone out there needs our help, I make a note so I can point out any willing volunteers in the right direction.
So, what'd you say?
Are you willing? There's no surer way of turning Otto's frown a little less frowny. All right, let's take a look. What do we got?
Good look.
To not only find new quests around Valisthea, but also travel immediately to the obelisk waypoint nearest their location. Okay. I love that. So can I do both of them? It doesn't look like you have to accept them. Oh yeah, they're just like... Well, there's that one. There's another one. Oh, there it is. Hello.
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
Welcoming committee. Clive, the best and most goodest welcomer.
So you're the new arrivals. Is there anything I can get you? You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
But how did the grocer know?
Whoa, what's that?
If you've something to ask, ask.
Oh.
What is there to know?
Some would call me mayor, others master. The people of Lostwing know the truth. As for my relationship with Sid, suffice it to say that he and I share certain mutual interests which have brought us together. We are allies of convenience, nothing more. I scratch his back, he scratches mine. And neither of us lingers over long on the details.
When I arrived...
Lostwing was no more than a collection of tottering hovels huddled in the shadow of the ancients' hubris. The ideal place in short for one who sought to escape the watchful gaze of the Empire.
Yet...
It was not until I had finished my survey of the neighboring hills that I realized the true value of this place. The soil rich, the water plentiful, and the sun strong. To wit, a most suitable environment for the growing of wine grapes. And so it proved for our vintages now grace dining halls from the free cities to the frigid north.
It is a rare day.
When we are visited by the soldiery, even rarer when they hail it from across the narrow.
And for what?
A dominant that may or may not exist, be it smoke or flame. No good was ever had grasping at either.
Very good then.
All right.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
There'll be none left for me.
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're serving.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade? Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill. You'll find bread and wine on the counter. If you need more, just say the word.
Bread and wine. Hopefully this'll be enough.
All right.
So it took a tilt.
Don't tell me. Turn it.
Brother, did you see? That bearer spoke to a master.
What manner of place is this?
Got your food. I did eat. Just for you guys.
Yeah. Bread and wine from the tavern.
Nothing fancy, though. Just some classic food.
May we? Truly? Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
A lot of bread is crunchy. That's why I don't very much like bread. Why are you gonna make soft, delicious, lovely bread crunchy? Failure.
But how did the grocer know his...
Let's just burn it on both sides and then eat it. No. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Are you crazy? Just eat the bread in its normal state, like a normal person.
If I don't save that crop. I want no trouble.
I'm a very specific
Wait,
bread boy.
Oh, glory to Griga. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue.
No bread deserves the
friend of Master
pain and
Quentin's.
torture of being
Then perhaps
toasted.
you'll help me. His
No
vineyard,
bread.
Lost Wing's pride and joy,
Maybe
has been
garlic
beset by a
bread.
plague of giant wasps.
But still,
You
it
need
being
someone to solve
crunchy
your
is...
pest problem.
You've gone
I
too
do
far.
Indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter. I suppose the smell's got 'em worked up. And little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quentin will have my guts for garters. You look like you can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please. Rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
Bug hunt. Bug hunt.
All right. I'll see to it.
What if
Oh,
there's...
thank you. You'll find them over
A
at Goathouse
gigabug.
Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lost Wing needs those grapes.
Exactly, Fuzzy. Exactly. So I can rip the outside of the bread off and throw it away. And then eat the beautiful center portion. The lovely, delightful center portion.
Don't tell me.
No. No, I just didn't get forced to eat toast.
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
Also, how dare you call me picky? How dare you? Not really a big cheese guy in general, so like I'll get regular garlic bread over cheesy garlic bread, but I know some people really prefer the cheesy kind. Where the fuck is this bug at? There it is. I would never begrudge somebody the cheesy
like that
garlic
was the
bread
last
option though, as well.
I better let Quentin's man know.
Like, I think it's fine and even good in rare circumstances, but definitely I'm more of a plain garlic than cheesy garlic, but also I know a lot of people really like cheese. So I'm just not one of them. I wish I could be, but not only do I have a strong distaste for the flavor of cheese, like all cheese, I'm fairly confident I have some level of lactose intolerance, which does not help the matter when people are like, yeah, let's get something that's like very cheesy. I'm like, okay. Yeah, exactly. Cheese doesn't like me. I also force my affection on it, but I'm actually, I wouldn't say it's affection. I would just say that cheese is so integral to certain things that I know you can get things like pizza cheeseless, but like, no. I would never.
Those
I would
wasps
never
won't
do
be
that.
interfering with your harvest anymore.
Would never do that.
Thank you. Master Quinton would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward.
What do I get, a gill
Our
bug?
Gotand Rouge fetches a handsome price among the rich
Oh,
and
no.
powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quinton's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, pizza
I'll
without
see
cheese
that he
is
hears
just
of your
just go
kindness.
eat different food
And
that
once
has
this
the
vintage is
remainder
ripe
of
for
the
drinking, there'll be a
stuff.
glass or two raised in your honor.
So, quest complete. You could just go get a meatball marinara sub, or something like that.
Thanks again. Finally, I can harvest those grapes. And with the weather we've had, this year's will be a magnificent vintage for sure.
The tavern. It's done for. I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
Oh,
How many
Reuben?
were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
I don't know that I would rank the Reuben high on a list of sandwiches that I like. But I could definitely understand enjoying it.
Ha! Golden Stables, my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy, though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it?
That's a fine sword you have there, grandmother.
I want that blade.
All the better to cut you with, my child.
That's enough.
That's awesome. Fridays these haven't got rid of him, which is sad. That is sad. Anytime items get removed from a menu that you're accustomed to having,
I'll be keeping my
it
blade,
sucks.
thank you.
And theirs. Keep their blades.
There he
Probably
is,
worth money.
the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're
Yeah.
lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
Pay me. Pay me.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Nice.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
Fair enough. Did you guys hear that? Was that from the game? It sounded like a like bass notes. It sounded like a boom, boom. But maybe it was just in the game.
Man of the hour.
It sounded funny. Maybe it was coming from
You're the one who
upstairs.
saw off the bandits, aren't you? Martha was singing your praises.
Is what I do.
Takes a brave man to march into danger out of the goodness of his heart. You have my respect.
A Rosarian salute.
Oh, what is it they say? Old habits die hard. I trust you won't be reporting me to the Viceroy. If we'd had a few more like you about, perhaps the Rosfields might still... Listen to me rambling on. Thank you again, and, take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shame I didn't get here sooner. It would have been an honor to see you fight.
All right. I think that wraps up our side stuff options. So back in we go. I'll go ahead and double check with this guy if there aren't new ones. I
Is he
assume
giving us a hand?
I assume he'll get a little
Anything catch your eye?
pip just like everything else. Yep, we're good.
Think you can help?
We're good. All right, Gav, what's the plan? What's up?
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Man.
Just the three of us, then.
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cause a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days.
Okay.
You two behave now.
No. Jill might come out of this taking top waifu spot in all of Final Fantasy for me. Just want to throw that out there right now. I say might. Could change. No spoilers. Just throwing it out there.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. But will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
Oh, wait. Oh. Well, okay. Jill abandoned me.
In case you were wondering, the
0 out
boys
of 10.
finally cleared the road to Northreach. But there's no need to hurry, is there? I can think of a few reasons you might want to linger another night or two.
Oh, yeah? What are those?
In case you were wondering, the boys finally cleared the road to
I'm walking away. Which one is that? This road was blocked before, yeah? Segs. 7 eggs, you say?
The grocer know his daughter had been
Am I? That's not gonna go where we want it to go. I don't quite have the layout of this town down yet.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
I wouldn't say safe, but at least now it's possible.
Chocobo. Clairview. Man, the music is really fucking good in this game. It just kind of hits you, like, every time. Excuse me? Bugs? Not in my path. How dare you, bugs? I want to ride my chocobo all day. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh. Oh.
This won't be easy.
Tropical pose. What are we getting to here? Whoa! What the fuck? Raptors. This is a fort or some sort of structure. Huh. Huh. Oh, I missed the enemy?
Give me!
Oh, we got it. Oh, nice job. Ooh. Okay. how do you even break this big of an area up into like manageable chunks here? I don't even know. Look at that. Oh wow, it's right there. We're actually pretty close. We can already see the giant fucking crystal. Which I guess saying already see is a little bit redundant in some ways.
Garuda, lend me your strength!
Alright, so we made it to the river. There's another dragon.
How tall are you? Over here. Sick of Torgal! Not this time.
Damn it.
Sick of Torgal! Get him, boy! Not this time. Over here.
That was annoying. I took a bunch of unnecessary damage at the end there. Holy shit, this place is big. I'm probably going to just more or less make a beeline. I'm just going to run the other side of this to my objective, I think, for now, instead of trying to, like, check this entire zone out, because I'm sure it's going to have me run around here a bit more. So I'm just not going to... I'm just going to give it a bit of a break for now before I go really deep into exploring this whole fucking place, just because it's so big, actually. Kind of catches you a little bit off guard how big they managed to make this world. silly move. Let me take a quick pause here. And I'm going to just take a small AFK. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I grabbed a snack. I don't think you can probably tell what they are from my camera. But they're grapes! I fucking love grapes. Mm. Mm. My headset died. 1 second. Oh. I didn't even notice that before. Torgal has stats. Okay, we got sound back. Good. I should have looked at... I need to remember this when Jill's in the party. To answer your question, Fuzzy. Ifrit gave me access to Limit Break, Will o' the Wikes, and Ignition, so no. At least not for now. There's room that it could go in the middle if they wanted it to, I think.
There. Northreach. Stay down. You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal.
Oh.
Get him, boy. Over here. Too slow. Not this time. Sick of Torgal. Too slow.
All right. What are those things? Are they direwolves? Oh, they're worgen. Oh, can I hold you?
Get him, boy! Get him!
So what's in that direction? Oh, that's this fortress that's sort of outlined in the by the field here. What are those? Oh, those are probably wild chocobos, huh?
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel, and that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
We've the right to confiscate any objects forbidden by the throne.
I simply can't decide. I'll just have to take them all.
Welcome, good. Bagger off, Branded. Can't you see I'm with a customer?
Each one is handcrafted from the
Welcome, welcome.
Old sword, old sash, old battle chains. I can buy briar clam shells here. 50,000 orchestrion roll.
Come back again.
I'm never going to be able to fucking afford those at this rate. They just keep going up 10,000 gold at a time. Is Clive's mother here at the capital or at the duchy? Well, this is, we're not quite at Oriflamme yet, but almost certainly she's not in Oriflamme. She might be there sometimes, but if she was given the duchy to rule over, she probably is in Rosalith, would be my guess. But we don't know.
You say these are all from Dalmekia?
Have you no other bearers? Those two look rather used.
Used? Yes, but
Oops.
moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
I guess that's the direction we're going. So maybe I should explore this place a little bit more really quick before we leave. Just for the sake of it. I did not realize that's where we were headed.
Have you no other bearers? Those two look rather... used.
Used? Yes, but spent hardly. They've both at least a good year left in them.
It's fucked up, man.
Imperial watchtower. Should be well stocked.
Oh. Maybe we check it out? Oh. know if I want to cause a bunch of bullshit.
You!
Oh,
Identify yourself!
Causing bullshit.
These were my men. Therefore, it's over. Over here.
Kestrel's beak braid. Can we go inside now? No. I think it's just fight those dudes and get that one item. I'm very close to leveling up right now, too. Have I been here? Oh my god, I have. I just realized where I was. Huh. This is the area right before we got to go, or right before where we went to fight Garuda. Nice. Still can't go that way. Alright, well then it's probably worth it to just go to my objective. There isn't actually... Besides going up to that tower that I couldn't go to before, there isn't a whole lot going on here.
That's enough. It's over. Stay down. It's over. Stay down. It's over.
Didn't that tower used to be taller?
I reckon they'll be in need of a good mason.
this quick. It's over.
All right, let's see what the story beat here has. Unfortunately, a shocking lack of any high potion type healing items as I've been running around looking for stuff. Oh, fuck me.
What did you say was in these pies?
Give me one of those hands.
Fish! With reds!
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a branded's touch.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
Jesus. I would almost say the game's laying it on a little
That
thick.
wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Is it a sexy arrangement? Is that what we
Doesn't
just got
seem
ourselves
like I have
into?
much of a choice.
I feel like we got ourselves into a sexy arrangement.
That's the day done then. Drinks and the Vale.
How about the veil, then drinks?
These people love this place. Well, if it's ultra sexy, we should do it while Chayla's not here, so she can't enjoy.
My cousin in the capital said they lost one of the wharves to an ether flood.
Oh, good thing they got more than one then, eh?
Wharves?
You! Where the devils who dwell upon western shores? His radiance did command a great legion across the grace, for to rid the realm of this stain, yet none did return, devoured all by the...
Oh, grandfather, stop bothering this poor man and eat your supper.
Jill doesn't have to know anything.
The markets are a veritable midden, teeming with vermin.
Ugh, you need not remind me. Their incessant chittering is ringing in my ears even now.
Think I might see you tonight?
That depends on how much you want to see.
Drake's Head. Ain't a sight more beautiful in the realm, I reckon.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
And I suppose I'll need to get my coin purse.
These ladies are starting to seem like they are stone cold killers, huh? She has that dude fucking wrapped around her finger.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling, welcome to the Vale.
This game better not do anything crazy and like bust out boobs on me or something. That'd be fucked up. I don't even think the mature tag on Twitch is gonna save me then.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
Sure, but I didn't check
If
the
you mean
box.
Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Moon and stars.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then? Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
The dame sees that all of us share a bedchamber. It discourages unwanted visits from some of our more determined clients. And that means we grow close. If anyone knows where Tatienne went, it'll be her chambermaid.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty common...
I haven't seen you around the bend.
It's a pretty common thing when you're doing a sort of medieval setting to have, you know, badges help indicate where your loyalties lie and who trusts you. And distinguish you as a member of, you know, organizations. Oh, how the fuck do I get over there? Oh, there we go.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale, then, is it?
What do you think? Nothing like a quick tumble on another man's coin?
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you. Can I trust you to be discreet?
No.
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Samberquois society who find the Empire's treatment of bearers to be barbaric.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve. Not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance, but to revel in the suffering of others, a simple act of cruelty.
Dick's gonna be dicks.
Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed. Which brings me to my request.
This dude just made the word
brand upon
comestibles
your
up,
cheek
pretty sure.
affords you a certain freedom. A freedom I could sorely use.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much, but it will make all the difference. Here, deliver these, but keep them hidden. Quickly now. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today, that happens to be the barracks. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed, not permitted a moment's rest.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear of one of the Dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying, then?
I'm afraid not. I'm expected back in the capital, and have already risked much speaking with you this long.
Okay.
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as well.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own? Hurry up!
Looks like now's not the time.
Oh. Interesting.
Sergeant's got it in for us two. As if either of us needs to brush up on our swordcraft.
He wouldn't doubt our swordcraft if he'd seen us down the Vale last night.
Where's your commanding officer branded? Don't you know the training grounds are for real soldiers?
Hey, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind. The infantry always needs more bodies, though.
I'm just passing through.
Don't bloody believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dame laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out.
Yeah, you guys want to go?
Care to show us how you earn that brooch?
I'll put your asses in the dirt.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to know the Dame's being properly looked after.
Fine. If it'll put your mind at ease.
Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back. I suggest you don't either. Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight.
Alright. Pride Comes Before a Fall is a good quest name for this quest. Very good. Alright, let me just do a little... Didn't mean to make a new save slot, but here we are. Alright, fucker, let's go.
Now, let's get the measure.
What if he's like level
shall we?
37?
If that's what you want.
Cocky bastard. All right, let's be having you.
Do they? I mean, like, they've seen what Branded can do with magic in combat, and he can't.
And when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the.
He can't fight back against my magic.
Use all the dirty tricks you want, Brandon.
So.
So you know one end of a blade from the other.
Bro, I got 3 levels on you. You don't even fucking stand a chance. You next, bud?
Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? So it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine.
Well, you think you're gonna be better than that guy?
Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Ooh, nice guy.
How the bearer win the game's favour, innit?
I know he went to hold my tongue for a start.
Nice guard, nerd.
I'll give you that. Stay down. I'll be damned. Die.
Fucking absolutely dominated those fools. They were worth 8 experience.
Can I go now?
Gregor's gas. The bastard didn't even break a sweat.
The dame's man or no, he's still a branded. Best hope the sergeant never hears about this.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance. At least we know the dame's in safe hands, I suppose.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, tell her we got a good few hits in, eh?
I won't be doing that, no. No, I don't think so. Thanks for the money, though.
The Emperor's finest, thrashed by a branded. Sergeant may be a surly bastard, but he had our number, all right? Extra drills it is, then.
Yeah, on second thought, maybe don't mention this to the dame. We wouldn't want you getting into trouble for brawling now, will we?
It's a good point. Saw there was an item back here I wanted to get. Whoa. Whoa. What's that over there? Also, the music's kind of intense, isn't it? Oh, there's something up there. Penitence Gate? Wow, look how big this place is. We're here. So was I looking out to here? Kind of looks like it. You could almost see how that's close enough. You can kind of almost get them in the same field of view. Maybe it's this. I don't know though. But like, yeah, kind of across this gap makes sense, I guess. If we were positioned more like right here along the coastline. Somewhere in this area. I could see it. That's interesting. It almost looks like maybe something even not a part of the land. Huh. The music in the meadows there is very like spooky almost. Okay. I think it's probably as good a spot as any to stop. I thought maybe I'd get through all the side quests, but we can do the side quests tomorrow when we get started and then get back on the main story. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm just going to save right here. And that'll do us for tonight. And I will play more tomorrow. And I do actually have a pretty firm commitment that I'm going to try to do either a hard cut of the stream, or there is the chance that maybe I'll stream it. I don't know. I'm just going to be playing a different game. I streamed my first clear of the Baldessian Arsenal a couple of years ago. I'm going to go in with some friends of mine who have never done it with the normal with some other people that we're going to queue with through the Discord that does runs of it. So I might stream it, I might not. It kind of depends on if it even kicks off and if everything seems like it's going good. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided, but it does kind of mean I want to probably gonna try to make sure I get up in the morning. My dad made it back down to this area from being up in the hospital in Minnesota, so I want to go over and see him in the morning, and then come back and probably start my stream around noon or 1, so we can get a good long stream in, because I have to stop right about 8 if I'm going to cut the stream. It'll be at about 8 p.m. my time. So want to make sure we get a good long stream in still, so it won't be a later start tomorrow. I'll actually start plenty early, I think. And then whether or not I keep the stream live for the run through of the raid or not is sort of up to, I'm still contemplating it, whether or not I want to do that or not. So that's it for today. More of this tomorrow for sure, starting just a tiny bit earlier than usual, like an hour or two earlier than usual, and then we'll be back on Tales of Arise on Sunday as well. So thanks for hanging out and watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it might be for you, and I will see you guys later.